Treaty of Versailles resulted in the fall of empires. Austria-Hungary collapsed into different foreign states. One of their regions, Galicia, was ceded to the new nation of Poland. Meanwhile, during the Russian Civil War, the new state of Ukraine was declared independent. As Galicia had a majority of Ukrainians, the Ukrainians wished to annex the territory. It's important to note that there had been 3 republics in Ukraine declared. There was the Socialistic Ukrainian People's Republic, the Ukrainian state, and the West Ukrainian People's Republic, which was declared in Galicia. The West Ukrainians seized control over Lviv and knew that the Poles would react, so they sent teenage soldiers out to protect the city. The Poles managed to capture Lviv, so in response, in February 1919, Ukrainian reinforcements surrounded the city of Lviv, but the Poles managed to break the reinforcement line in March. In April, the Soviet-Ukrainian War had been going on, and the Soviets took out all of Ukraine, and it began to advance on Lviv, and began to fight the Ukrainian nationalists. The West Ukrainians and the nationalists decided to team up and fight 2 fronts. The West Republic would fight against the Poles in the west, and the nationalists would fight the Soviets in the east. West Ukrainians once again tried to take Lviv, but were driven out of Galicia. With the Ukrainians no more in Galicia, the West Ukrainian People's Republic officially comes to an end as the nationalists were later crushed by the Soviets. The Ukrainians would continue their fight against the Soviets, which would lead to the Black Army. But they were crushed too, and Ukraine would be known as a future member of the Soviet Union.